Okay, let's try something different.
Hello everybody, I wanted to touch upon a topic that for me has been quite big this past couple of years. Well, I say couple of years, it's more been this past, 2017, 2016, this has been going on really. The Overwatch and Paladins debate, I'm actually pretty sick and tired of seeing this on YouTube all the time, and I think that we should just clear up the argument here because I think it's pretty fucking funny. Which one's better, which one does this and that. Everyone's going to have their own radical opinion or view on the game, which I completely respect. However, what I don't respect is people can't take away and start to analyze the good things about both of the games and many other hero games like Battleborn or Team Fortress 2 and just separate them as a whole and have completely different communities. I don't know why we need so much hate among all of these games, as I actually enjoy all of them in actual fact. Battleborn makes you pay for a plus account to essentially play split screen or do something like that. Overwatch basically gives you microtransactions and basically doesn't give you currency every single time. It's like an RNG gamble where you're pretty much guaranteed to get it every time on Paladins. Paladins is a free game and people got butthurt because you're basically getting the equivalent of what Overwatch gets, basically for free and a constant amount of updates for every 1 to 2 weeks on both PC and console. Overwatch does its things the way it does it and Paladins does it in its own way. They both do it in their own ways. I just can't seem to understand or get a standpoint on why people are still arguing and debating over which one's better to this day, because they are both completely different games in my opinion. And I just feel like, Overwatch isn't unique, Paladins isn't unique, Battleborn isn't unique, Team Fortress 2 isn't unique. They're all, they're all basically in the same genre. Nobody says that Arkham Knight and Assassin's Creed and Shadow of Mordor and all of those games are exactly the same. No one complains about that. No one complains about Call of Duty and Battlefield being the exact same game, or Call of Duty and Titanfall being the exact same game, because it isn't true. They do their own different things, and that is that, and I just don't see why this genre particularly is being picked upon as like Paladins is the worst thing ever made. When Overwatch, has things in there that I completely dislike, and Paladins doesn't really have anything that I can be like completely negative about, and whenever I see a problem with the Paladins game, I always criticize Hi-Rez or whoever else is there at the time to criticize, because the game's not perfect, and neither is Overwatch. They both have their own defects and they both have their own positives, and I'm happy enough to play Overwatch on my PC and play Paladins on my console. I just don't understand why there's so much hate between the two and a massive feud. Like I say, everyone's going to have their own radical, stupid-ass opinions, and I suppose, if you're any better than somebody else, then I suppose what you say is, I like Paladins, you like Overwatch. Get over yourself. That's that. I like both games, you just like one of them, then that's your problem. You're the one missing out because you could be playing both. I don't get it, really. You just take it how you take it. Nobody's copied anybody here. Blizzard's not unique. We all know about the World of Warcraft thing and how that's not unique, and, there's other games before that had made MMOs before World of Warcraft. It's all, nobody gets criticized upon for stuff like that. So why Paladins and Overwatch is constantly being pummeled when there are so many other hero games that do something similar and have similar characters, because they are in the same genre. You either get over it or you don't. Some vampire movies are very similar to others. Do you complain about it? No, you don't. Some fucking fantasy movies are like other fantasy movies. Some sci-fi movies are like other sci-fi movies. It's a fucking genre. It's a fucking game. Get your fucking life sorted and just shut up, because honestly, this is something we don't need in a community like this. We are supposed to be a community of gamers. We're supposed to support each other no matter what we like, and we're supposed to respect each and every genre and what type of game and whatever. What I feel is stupid at the moment is just the lack of thought, the lack of knowledge, and the lack of anything. Paladins has its card system, its legendary card system, its in-game perk system. It has all that stuff, something that Overwatch doesn't have. Overwatch doesn't really have that many, great-looking characters in my opinion. I mean, obviously you got like Reaper and Widowmaker and a couple of other characters. But on Paladins, there's not really many characters I could go, well, I don't like the look of them because they're all pretty designed well. And I feel like the social justice warrior bollocks started to come upon Overwatch a little bit, and, you know, Blizzard listened a bit too much to what stupid-ass people had to say, and I think that it's pretty sickening to see in this day and age. Yeah, it's like that bullshit gender neutral going on in the London Underground or something now on the announcer. It's pretty terrible. All these silly things combined into one make me feel pretty sick at being a part of this society, really, especially a part of the game community. I don't understand how people think hating on another game is going to do anything, because if anything, Overwatch should think, well, Paladins is a competitor to us. They make good stuff, which means, you know, Blizzard's going to have to push themselves to make something even better, and that's just how it's going to work. Competition's competition. You either like it, you don't. You cry about it, you don't. Whatever. Just please, guys, stop taking it out on each other just because someone likes one game over another game. It really isn't fun. It really isn't worth it. You play the game you like, you play the game you enjoy, and shut the fuck up about anybody else's games. It's really that simple. You know, I can have a joke sometimes and talk about Sony fanboys and talk about Xbox fanboys and talk about computer fanboys and talk about Overwatch fanboys. I don't really talk about Paladins fanboys because I haven't really met any personally. But yeah, I do play Paladins a lot. I only play Overwatch when there was like free-to-play weekends, and I fairly enjoyed it, I suppose I could say. But yeah, I think we should just stop the feud. You know, neither game's unique. You know, Blizzard aren't the best company in the world. We've clarified that, as their stupid bullshit microtransactions, etc. Which I think is fair on a free-to-play game like Paladins, but on a game that you just spent £40 for and it's still up in the £40–30 range is pretty ridiculous, especially as it's only an online game. We shouldn't be praising developers for making simple online hero shooters. We should be praising them for doing something mind-blowing, mind-boggling, something that's completely different. This isn't unique. If you like the game, you like the game, but this is nothing at all unique, and you're just a fucking bitch for thinking it is. Anyway, guys, you know, play the games you want to play. You know, go in the comments, do what you want to fucking do. But I do love the people that respect all games, and that goes for Overwatch, Paladins, Battleborn, Team Fortress 2, the new game coming out, DayZ, Battlefield, you name it, guys. Warhammer, World of Warcraft, all those games. If you respect them all, you enjoy them all, and, you know, you're a very good part of the game community, and I feel this is what we need more of. We need more love. And I think, you know, that's how we're gonna have to go that way. We're just gonna have to go that way. We're gonna have to love each other more. We're gonna have to respect each other more for the things that we do and the things that we play. You know, it's not like phones or computers where, you know, there is something better than another. This is personal preference, the type of style of play you like and stuff like that, you know, guys. One being better than another, unless it's, you know, genuine facts. It's not facts, it's opinions. So stupidly throwing around your radicalized opinions on each of the fucking games because no one actually gives a fuck, and you should be the stronger people to say, we don't care, we're gonna keep playing it, you can just shut the fuck up and play your game and we'll be happy and you'll be happy too. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, see you guys soon, and please stop watching these Overwatch versus videos because they are completely pointless. Anybody had half a brain, but these videos don't mean anything because there's no such thing as which one's better. Joining the stupid bandwagon and filling in views for all these stupid YouTubers chatting shit about Overwatch being better, because it's fucking not. Thank you guys for watching, see you guys soon, and peace. Enjoy your games, see you guys soon.